The year's 2013. You decide to load up this website called YouTube. You go on, and what do you see? The FaZe Clan and all their Black Ops 2 quickscoping trick shot glory. But what I want to know is what happened after this die-off of the trick shots in the BO2 and all, like, this greatness that the FaZe Clan had. Because if you went to a kid on the street 2012, you asked them, and there's a good chance they know who FaZe was. They wanted to be a part of it. I mean, you had people who recorded every bit. Like, if they got in with one of the FaZe members in a match, they'd freak. But the only thing is, that doesn't happen anymore. There's no people who do that anymore. I'm gonna show you a thumbnail, and just think to yourself, whose video is this for? Alright, like, who does this thumbnail belong to? Alright, so here it is. Look at it. The sad eyes, the evicted sign, the mansion in the background. Who do you think that's for? Jake Paul, Mr. Beast, somebody like that. But if I told you that was somebody who was a member of the FaZe Clan, you wouldn't believe me. Well, I mean, I guess now you would, but I mean, if I went back to 2012 and I told you that was what FaZe was going to be making in 8 years, I wouldn't believe myself. Why? What happened here? What went so horribly wrong that FaZe became this terrible clickbaity content creating platform instead of the skill-based, hard-to-get-in sniper clan that happened before? I have a little, like, prediction to what happened. I think the FaZe Clan freaked out about when the adpocalypse hit, because that was really the last chance they had at redeeming themselves. But, I mean, even before then, 2014, 2016, in that era, they started to sell out. And right around the first adpocalypse is when the content started getting terrible like that. And that's what I think they freaked out about, is because there were people who, like the people who made, I don't know, I mean, all kinds of videos were getting, like, if they had guns in them or something like that, they would get demonetized instantly, no matter what. You had one single word in there that would be deemed as profanity, boom, gone, demonetized, or some of them even got taken down. And now, and I think that's what scared them, because Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, those games were definitely not made for children, and YouTube knew that. So I think that YouTube kind of like peer pressured FaZe into stopping that. Well, not like on purpose, but if you know what I mean. Like, it was in there, so they decided to stop making that content like that. Because if you watch one of the old FaZe videos, there is no censoring, no anything. It is just like what you would have heard on an Xbox lobby. And YouTube didn't want that kind of stuff anymore. What YouTube wanted was the fun for all audiences type of thing, where they didn't have to worry about any of this because they were getting complaints. Even though the YouTube app, you can clearly get on the App Store if this 17 plus. But still, they freaked out. And there are many of these different, like, kind of like scenarios where this happened. And after all these scenarios, FaZe got worse and worse and worse and worse. And this doesn't just apply to FaZe, it applies to all other aspects of videos. I mean, FaZe was just only one that was not even hit the hardest. I mean, like, look at Jacksepticeye. If you watch a Jacksepticeye video from 2015 and you watch one from 2018, the difference is astonishing. I mean, you don't even recognize the video. I mean, it is not the true person who they really are. Who these creators are, it just takes away that. It forces them into one bland bubble. And that's what's killing YouTube. Everything is the same. There's those few people who create something that's a little different and people didn't like. And those are the people who kind of do the best. But even those people are starting to die out now, like Mr. Beast. He hit like 40 million subs, but his videos are all the same now. I remember back in the Worst Interest series. You could not put that up on YouTube now because it'd get deleted. I mean, if you go to his channel, there's like one or two of these left that were monetized, but all of them, the rest have been privated. Same way with even Stampy from Stampy Longhead, like the Minecraft guy, British annoying guy. He even had to private his own videos. He re-uploaded them, but he had to edit them. Because YouTube is trying, they say it's for you to express yourself, but it's really not. What it's meant for is YouTube to be like child friendly. When they could just put a disclaimer on here. I mean, they make you choose when you're uploading a video whether you want to keep it kid friendly or unfriendly, or you could just put that in the thumbnail or in the description. Any of those would keep you safe. But it's not good enough for YouTube. YouTube has to, if it keeps going on this path, it's going to mush all the creators into the same genre. And it already has done that. And if you go any longer, it's gonna, I mean, if this happens any longer, YouTube's gonna die. The entire channel, platform, everything, it's gonna die. But it's almost like YouTube knows they're making this death happen more rapidly. Like the most recent example of this kind of adpocalypse stuff is the Kappa stuff. And even these small, tiny channels are being affected by it. What is happening? It's terrible. I mean, I get that, like, some content is not deemed suitable for children, but why? Like, you can put that in the video, or, they do make you age restrict, they will age restrict your videos if they're not fit, which is perfectly fine. But this whole matter falls on the parents, not the children. I mean, it's bad parenting if you're letting your 2-year or 5-year-old kid watch Jacksepticeye from 2015. That's your fault as a parent, not the content creator's fault. And this, like, culture of it's the blame culture it's gonna kill YouTube. There's no other way to say it. YouTube is going to die if this does not change. I mean, I know it'll never ever go back to the good old days, but I mean, there are many improvements that can be made that just aren't even being looked at. And this is the problem with modern YouTube. It's dying. There's no other way to say it. And it's very close to death. So, what's gonna happen? I don't know. Nobody knows. That's the thing we're just gonna have to wait and see. Whatever happens, happens. And there's gonna be no changing that. Anyway, I'm Slappy Plays. Remember to like, subscribe, tell me what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next video.